Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to a battle in Shogun 2 Total War. It's been quite some time since I've had any Shogun 2 content on the channel, but I just got sent a couple of pretty good 1v1 replays by Noob Nath, and I'm going to showcase one of them for you guys today. So I hope you guys do enjoy, and without further ado, let's take a look at the army comps. The first army on the battlefield today is the Oda clan, commanded by Noob Nath, and he has his army divided into 3 separate wings with quite a bit of space in between them. But let's go ahead and start on his right-hand flank here. He's got 2 units of the Oda Bow ASHIGARU, and backed up by some of the Oda Long Yari ASHIGARU. We've also got some cavalry here as well. We've got the Spears of Shizugatake, and the Yoritomo's Yabasumi Cavalry, I hope is how you pronounce it. In the center, we have some of the fire-projecting mangonels, 2 units, and I believe that this is fixed artillery. You can't move them once they are set in the deployment phase. And we've got 2 units of the regular Oda Yari ASHIGARU. You can see the difference in their spear length compared to the long Yari ASHIGARU. These ones are almost like pikeman units. But he also has 2 units of the Oda Bow ASHIGARU in the center, along with the general Oda Nobunaga. Over on the left-hand flank, much of the same, 2 units of the Oda Bow ASHIGARU. We've got 2 units of the Oda Yari ASHIGARU, and we have 1 unit of cavalry, the Kiyomasa's Katana Cavalry. And that pretty much rounds out Noob Nath's Oda force, so let's go ahead and take a look at his opponent. The opposing army on the battlefield today is the Takeda clan, commanded by the Red Celt, and he has most of his units grouped up in the center, ready for one solid push right up the center of the battlefield. But he may commit some units to combat Noob Nath's flanks when the battle does begin. But let's take a look at what he has brought to the battlefield. On this right-hand side, we've got 2 units of Great Guard Cavalry protecting 1 unit of the fire-projecting mangonels. In the center, we have a good solid line here, 4 units of Bow Samurai, followed closely behind by some Yari ASHIGARU, 4 units of them, and this is the short spear version, not the pike version. We've got 2 units of Katana Samurai here as well. These guys are very solid units in melee, and followed closely behind by just a regular general. And over on the left-hand side, we have 2 units of Nodachi Samurai as well. These are like 2-handed samurai units. Very, very cool. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Katana Samurai are 2-handed as well, but the Nodachi Samurai carry like a 2-handed sword. You can see that it's a very, very long sword compared to the Katana. But that pretty much rounds out the Red Celt's forces, so let's go ahead and get to the battle. Alright guys, welcome to the battlefield, and we have the 2 units of Great Guard Cavalry from the Takeda clan moving onto the right flank to capture some of the buildings on the battlefield. Now, for those of you guys that don't play Shogun 2 very much, there's usually 3 buildings on every battlefield, as well as I'm aware, and each of them gives you different bonuses. So you can see the Red Celt is trying to capture this one here, which would give a global effect to increase the armor and melee defense of all units on the battlefield, so that's a very solid one to have. Also in the center, we have a pretty aggressive push from the Red Celt to get this one as well. Increases the morale of all the units. And Noob Nath is really committing over here against the Red Celt to get the Sword Dojo, which increases the melee attack and charge of all the units. So it definitely pushes people to be more aggressive in land battles and not just sit back and use your artillery, but you really want to push for these because they can give you some really good bonuses. Well, you could see that, yeah, the Kisho ninjas here, which I didn't see in the army comps because they were actually hidden. They were trying to capture that, but they were getting peppered down by the Bow ASHIGARU. The Oda Bow ASHIGARU here from Noob Nath, and it looks like Noob Nath is going to push his Oda Long Yari ASHIGARU in. We also got some of the Takeda Katana Cavalry over here. I'm not sure if they're going to get a charge into the backs of the Yari ASHIGARU, but they may very well. You can see that they are terribly positioned, but no, he's actually going for the Oda Bow ASHIGARU. Sorry, the wording is a little bit different because I don't typically upload Shogun 2 content very often. But hopefully the sound isn't too loud for you guys either, or too quiet. But yeah, really good positioning there by the Takeda Cavalry, getting an excellent charge into the Bow ASHIGARU. The Oda Long Yari ASHIGARU are there to try and defend them, but it looks like Red Celt is just going to pull out and then go into the next unit. We've got the long Yari Ashigaru trying to pen them out, but they're just getting cycle charge after cycle charge into the bow Ashigaru. Once they do close in, though, they should be able to do a ton of damage. And what's this over here that we got as well? We've actually got some of Noob Nas forces coming in against the Kisho Ninjas. And we've got some fire-projecting mangonels getting some huge hits onto his own units. I'm assuming that that is Noob Nas forces that are getting those shots off. But the Kisho Ninjas, yeah, they are very, very outnumbered here against the Oda Long Yari Ashigaru. Very cool kill animations as well, but I don't want to stay too much over here because I want to see what's going on in the center. So the bow samurai will do a lot of damage to the Yari Ashigaru. They aren't very heavily armored, and the bow Ashigaru are vastly inferior to the bow samurai. The bow samurai are much better, or I wouldn't say much better, but they're definitely better than the Ashigaru. However, we've got some of those fire-projecting missiles being fired down upon Red Celt's forces. He won't be able to afford to sit here for too long, but they are doing so much damage to the main line here, so Red Celt really is going to have to rely on the flanks. You can actually see we've got the Yabasume cavalry over here, but they have just run into the Nodachi samurai, which were hiding here, so they're going to have to pick a different target. The Kisho Ninjas have been broken, and I believe that the cavalry for the Takeda clan was finally dealt with over here. And there isn't much that the Red Celt can do on this side. The 2 units of Great Guard cavalry will not be able to best the 2 units of Yari Ashigaru, along with the bows and the katana cavalry. So he's really going to have to put all his cards in with the center. And let's go ahead and zoom into this battle here. You can see the 2 units of Yari Ashigaru going head to head. Should be a pretty even fight.
Our men are running from the battlefield.
Camera shakes from the massive artillery shots. I do think that Shogun 2 has some of the best graphics, especially considering how old this Total War game is. But, oh, there we go. Just missing the mark there, but we've got more of the Yari Ashigaru moving in. Looks like they are not as healthy, though, as the Red Celt's Yari Ashigaru, and we've got some of the Nodachi Samurai slamming in from the flanks here. So that is going to be pretty disastrous for the mainline infantry of the Oda clan. Oh, I love the animations, though. So cinematic. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else is going on the battlefield, though. We've got 2 units of Yari Ashigaru pushing up here against the depleted units of along Yari Ashigaru, plus we have the bow Ashigaru, but look at their numbers drop as those units get pushed into melee. So the bow is definitely not going to be doing too well here. And I don't believe they'll be able to fire when they're locked in melee like this. You can see some of them are trying to fire, but I don't think that it's going to be possible. How else is things going on the battlefield? I want to see... Yeah, this flank is really looking good for Noob Nath, though. The center he's being decimated in, but you have to remember that he committed a lot of units to his flank. And over here as well, you can see we've got the Great Guard Cavalry charging in. Now, 2 units. Hopefully, both units won't be committed into this same unit of cavalry. Yeah, use this Great Guard Cavalry to go after the archers. Even the Yari Ashigaru here. Oh yeah, getting a good side charge there. They weren't really facing the right direction. But now that they're in melee against the Great Guard Cavalry is going to get slaughtered. So I'm not sure if that initial charge was really worth it. Maybe he wasn't even aware that they were there. They could have been hidden and only the archers were visible. But needless to say, the Great Guard Cavalry is doing an excellent job against the Katana Cavalry. They're a much larger unit. You could see 50 out of 80 versus 17 out of 40. Let's take a look at what's going on in the center here as well. Yeah, the Katana Samurai being sent in against the Oda Long Yari Ashigaru. We've got Katana Samurai here running after, I'm not sure exactly what they're running after, but if the General Oda Nobunaga gets a solid charge into there, they may just break. And it looks like on Red Celt's left flank, this would be Noob Nath's right flank, that he is quickly losing this to the Oda clan. Yes, there we go. The bow samurai are breaking. Huge shots, though, from the rest of the bow samurai onto this cavalry as they do retreat. But it said that the general was in grave danger, so did the general go in against the Katana Samurai? Yes, he did. Very bold move, and I think that will actually pay off for him. We've got the Oda Long Yari Ashigaru here as well with the burning buildings in the background. How cinematic does that look? Very cool. Oh, some big hits. I think we do have the fire projecting mangonel from the Red Celt firing in this general area, trying to kill the general. Got a 1v1 duel here. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So yes, some of those Katana Samurai will be able to escape the battlefield alive, but the battle has quickly turned into the Noobnath's favor. You can see that the Red Celt has lost his Great Guard cavalry on this flank, and now we have pretty much 4 fresh units to be able to commit to the center. Now, the Red Celt is controlling his left flank over here to the best of his abilities, but he's lost a lot of his really good units. You can see his last unit of Katana Samurai is over here, and we could see a charge from Oba Nobunaga. Oh no, he's actually going for this Katana Samurai unit, which returned from routing. Actually, no, maybe he's not. Okay, he decided not to. I think that would have been pretty risky. The Katana Samurai are weakened for sure, but that's a pretty small cavalry unit, and they did a lot of damage. Took 20 men out of that cavalry unit before he charged in. Maybe he is going to go in. I'm not exactly sure. Yes, he is actually going in. Maybe just the shock, the morale shock from the charge will be enough to break them. But if he does lose his general, this could be very bad for him indeed. Morale is pretty crucial in Shogun 2 Total War, but as I said, here comes this flank, very, very healthy flank as well, and the samurai are broken once again. He did lose 2 more men in that unit though, so he's going to have to be very careful. We've also got this cavalry, the spears of Shizugatake. They have been harassing these bows non-stop, trying to keep them from firing at his units. Oh, good volleys there. Yeah, that caused a lot of damage to the cavalry. Oh, what was that creepy laugh, too? That's too funny. How are we looking over here? So I think he has pretty much a good command of this flank, so Noobnath is moving his forces over to capture the center. And this cavalry, man, they just will not break. We've got some of the Nodachi samurai who have returned, and it looks like the bow samurai are in a bit of trouble. He's actually just going to pull his cavalry out, and it's not looking too good. What do we have coming over here? Okay, so it looks like we do have the artillery crew. They have probably used up all of their ammunition, so now they're going to try and silence this unit of Bo Ashigaru, but I don't think that that's going to work out for them very well. We've also got some of the ninjas who have actually returned, and it looks like they're using slings, so they're trying to have a battle, like a ranged battle, a skirmish battle with these Bo Ashigaru. Now, are these like explosives or something? Oh, they are! That is absolutely epic! I did not know that they had grenades like that. That is sweet. But unfortunately, it was not enough, and they have broken. And it looks like in the center, it was a break as well. So pretty costly victory, as it says. Let's go ahead and take a look at the end results here. Alright, so here is the end results screen, and you can see that Noobnath did deploy about 300 more than the Red Celt. Noobnath had more of the quantity, but Red Celt had the quality with a lot of the Nodachi Samurai and the Katana Samurai. If we take a look at his unit statistics here, if we can sort by most kills, so yeah, that cavalry I was talking about harassing behind enemy lines, 345 kills. That's a pretty solid cavalry unit for only deploying 40 men in the unit as well. 209 from, yeah, a lot of the bows did very well. It looks like some of the long Yari Ashigaru doing well too. Yeah, most units getting over 100 kills, which was impressive. Looking at the Red Celt, his Katana Samurai and his Bow Samurai doing pretty solid. That Great Guard Cavalry, though, yeah, not doing as well, 66 and 51, and I'm not sure, but I think that Great Guard Cavalry is a pretty expensive cavalry unit. So a very quick battle, but a very awesome battle indeed. Thank you so much, Noobnath, for sending it in, and if you would like to see another Shogun 2 battle, I actually have a Fall of the Samurai 1v1 between these two fellows as well. But thank you so much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one.